on the road and hungry for a win against a Western Conference rival. The San Antonio Spurs are ready for this one to get started. There's no better time of year than the holidays for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. Chris Webber's joining us at the broadcast table alongside Greg Anthony and David Aldridge on the sideline. This is Kevin Harlan. It's a one-game reprieve at home for the Rockets, here with their Houston fans, then back on the road. This game, an interesting matchup for them, facing another middle-of-the-pack team. They're looking to take a step forward. This is the type of game that they've got to measure the progress with.
I guarantee you what, guys, the adrenaline is already flowing on both sides. A rivalry matchup like this means a little more to the players than just any other game.
You're exactly right, but you know how it is. Some of the guys will shrug it off if you ask them about it, but you can tell both teams are amped up to the gills for this.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge out on the sideline. David?
Well, Kevin, he said defensively their main priority is going to be preventing points in the paint. He told me we can't let them get comfortable inside. That's what'll hurt us. He wants them playing a very physical brand of D down low. Let's see if they got the message. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Two veteran ball clubs. Chris, very experienced, very savvy.
You're right. Tough to win in this league without that experience level. These teams know how to play. Like a game of chess. You play it 1,000 times, but every game is different.
Great analogy.
Boys, nice line.
So the Rockets win the tip. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for San Antonio. And you can see it in Prez's eyes. There is no way he's missing that three.
And when he wants to hit from deep, it's almost as if he wills it in if you let it.
And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. Birtle sets the pick for Gallinari. 5 on the clock. Fader on the way. Not enough on that one as it misses. On defense, San Antonio. It's a three-point game. They won their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnover.
Relentless pressure. I think that was the key, forcing a number of big miscues, which swung the momentum of that game.
And the layup is good.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
Here's Fresh. To Marjanovic. Here's Fresh. To the inside. It's tipped. Defended by Young. Pass to Pirtle. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
That defense was awful. That was just pathetic. He should not be that wide open right near the bucket.
And Fresh picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. At 6. Gallinari wide open. No good from outside.
Oh, Kevin, he positioned himself perfectly and had all the room to drop that one in. Just couldn't get it to go.
Here's Fresh. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Spurs have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Three-pointers off the mark.
Shocking, he bricked out. That shot usually is money for him.
That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
It's early, but he's off to a terrific start. It'll be interesting to see if he can keep his foot on the pedal.
Now, here is Gallinari. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against New Orleans. Gallinari on the wing. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Green passes to Fresh. Green, the screen, to the paint. In the corner, Marjanovic with it. Here's Fresh. Softly drops in the floater. Fresh has got 7 points.
Takes what the defense allows. Has that soft floater in his back pocket.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Alinari right side. Plays it up and banks it in.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
I mean, we know that this is a game of heart. He knew his man was bigger than him. No big story. He just calmly rose up, altered his body so that he could get the contact and put that shot up over.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. They set the pick. Banked in off the glass. Gallinari's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Here's Fresh. 26 points for him last game against Minnesota. Green, the screen. Here's Fresh. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. He's got 9.
No, well, you just got to keep feeding him the ball. Everything he shoots has been gold so far.
It's stolen. And the wide open shot from Green. They get it again. And there's the pass to Fresh. And here is Marjanovic. Here's Fresh. He's got 9. The feed to Green. Green missing again. Spurs trail by 3. Last season we had Kobe's retirement, but in the offseason we said goodbye to another legend, the terrific Tim Duncan. You know, Greg, there was talk he might hang it up, and he felt that he didn't have any more in him and called it a career after 19 incredible record-breaking seasons.
Yeah, and Timmy retired in the most Duncan way possible. Just quietly let it happen in the midst of the summer. No farewell tour or any of that. A big hit to the game of basketball to see one of the all-time greats walk away, but arguably one of the best two-way players to have ever played the game.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that that one got away from them, because for long stretches they were the better team.
Well, overall they played well enough to win, but their energy was just up and down. Too many miscues at key points of the game.
And San Antonio has possession, trailing by 5. Here's Fresh, and he's currently averaging more than 26 points a game. Such a force. Chris, you had some terrific dunks, some great jams in your career in the league. But of all the players in the league right now, who do you feel is the king of the dunk?
Oh, wow. Thank you for that, Kevin. I mean, it's no feeling like getting up and flushing one down for the crowd. But, I mean, come on. I think it's pretty obvious. You got Griffin. Blake is just dunking on you, making posters every game. And of course, LeBron, when he gets it in the breakaway, he and Westbrook, the way the Westbrook dunks with such viciousness is the only way that I could say it.
Yes.
It's just incredible. And how about that dunk contest, Zach and Gordon just going at it? I mean,
so fun.
The Dunkmen are some of the best right now that the game is seeing.
Yes. So he gets them both.
Look at this Rockets team. As impressive as they are on the offensive end, they do have their weak spots. One big one is rebounding and closing out possessions. They just give up way too many second chance looks.
Feeds it to McDermott. Inside, deflects the pass. Shot clock at 6. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a... Spurs trail by 4. And And the rebounding problems of the Rockets, Chris, makes a lot of sense with their lineups. They often will go small at the forward positions for stretches of time.
Well, that's their weakness, and that's the part where they can fall behind with rebounding. A lot of it is that they get out of position too often. Rebounding is one reason why they can falter defensively for long stretches at a time.
Fresh, he's in at point guard. Also young out there. Marjanovic is out there with Green. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, Fresh in the last game against the Timberwolves put forth a very nice effort. He scored 26 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also finished with a season high in rebounds. That was just the latest in a solid string of performances from him. Obviously looking to keep the momentum going here this evening. We'll see how he does, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. It really was a stunning performance. He was at his absolute best in that game.
And if he can come anywhere close to another performance like that here tonight, it would be amazing.
Well, yeah, fellas, we'll see how much he has left in the tank. Will he be exhausted from that last effort or energized by it?
To the paint, unloads from 9. A rebound by the Spurs. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Picked his pocket. From the wing, it's deflected. Out of bounds, Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession.
And taking a look here at numbers for Gallinari, he's been on a remarkable tear this past month. First in free throw percentage, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
Here's Fresh. He's got 11, just 5 to shoot. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Now, by this point, we all know the approach the Houston Rockets front office has taken to assemble a team. It's made for some great years for Houston, but they have yet to turn the corner.
And for the approach of the Rockets, a lot of it is looking for shots that are of high value, namely threes and free throws.
Well, most importantly, the players have bought in and embraced the approach. Not many players will be against a high-powered offense that gets up and down the floor.
San Antonio with the ball. It's a 3-point game. Out to the right wing. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got his 4th rebound in this one.
He's really had a rough quarter on the offensive side of the floor.
Here's Fresh, and he's currently averaging more than 26 points a game. Such a force. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
San Antonio with the ball, trailing by 5. Here's the screen. Down low. It's intercepted. The drive by Green, and the shot is good. Green's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Oh, that's just great offensive skill, consistently helping his teammates generate points.
Got a piece of it. To the left side wing. Dishes it to Gallinari. Spurs passing it around. 6 to shoot. From deep 3-point range. A rebound by Young.
Oh, man, his form seems rushed today, like he's trying to get rid of the ball as soon as he gets it. That's why barely anything is going in for him.
Here's Fresh. 13 points in the game. And it's Houston with another.
And they can up the ante a little bit there after that basket.
I mean, they seem to gain more energy after each made bucket. Let's see if they try to really bust it open here.
And so it's San Antonio with it. Kicks to Gallinari. They set the pick. Here's Pirtle. San Antonio again missing. Houston leading by 9. There's the dish to Green. Trying to get back on track. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And from the Spurs organization, really the gold standard in the NBA. Greg, they just keep winning.
You have to be impressed with how they've acquired young star talent to kind of carry on that tradition. Usually when teams have their stars retire, they go through that rebuild phase. The Spurs only revamp and reload.
Here's Fresh. He's got 15. Green kicks to Young, passes it to Fresh. Three-pointer. The shot misses. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first. And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And so here is Houston after the basket by San Antonio. The 8-footer. Almost, but it rolls out.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions. And you got to love the effort. I mean, he battles just as hard on the inside as he does on the perimeter.
Vasilius, guarded by Green. It's stolen by Green. Fresh, the pass to Young. Another miss by Houston. Spurs trailed by 5. To the inside. Pirtle plays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Here's Fresh. Lets it go with the 3. Trains the three-pointer.
So comfortable from distance, especially when no one runs him off of his spot.
Molinari with it. And we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. 5 to shoot. To answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Houston leading by 6. Here's Fresh. 15 points in the game.
He just recorded his 3rd foul of the half. Coach has to consider resting him until the 3rd quarter.
Three-pointer. Rebounded by the Spurs. Pirtle's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Richardson. Molinari outside. There's the triple. Trains it from beyond the arc. 7 points in the game.
He just looks more engaged this second quarter. A far cry from his disappointing play in the first period.
Pass to Fresh. Clock at 6. Houston needs to get a shot for 3. Gordon. Gallinari with the rebound. Gallinari's got rebound number 5 here tonight. To the middle. It's tipped. To the right side. And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's Fresh. He's got 15. Shot clock at 5. Second shot opportunity. It's blocked. Now it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. And the first half is now in the books. Rockets lead by 7. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you think was the main issue during the first half?
We didn't make shots.
Thank you for that insightful analysis, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the 3rd quarter after this break.
Nice work, but we can still improve. Take a seat. Hey, if we let up on D even a little, it's enough to get their guy going. He's getting into our paint at...
Welcome back to the Toyota Center, everyone. That's a look at our broadcast location tonight here in downtown Houston, Texas. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. You look at Fresh, what a contribution.
Just in attack mode, he was able to get in the lane at will in that first half.
The most intense guy on the court at times. Put a lot of pressure on the defense. We'll see if he can maintain that level of energy the rest of the way.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Gallinari with the steal. The pass to Pirtle. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two. And the pace of play around the NBA steadily increasing. What do you think of that?
Well, I just think it's the trend. I think that, that's the style of play. This league is a copycat league. And if you look at San Antonio, who's totally reinvented themselves and won a couple years ago, all the way to the Splash Brothers, who won a couple of years ago, they play with a faster pace. And I think that you're starting to see guys do that. I also think that the fact that the lineups are different. Now that you may see more small ball, that would automatically increase the pace if you have faster players in there at all times. So I think the fact that guys' skill set are becoming more rounded, which allows for teams to have all skilled players on there, and it doesn't matter about certain heights and stats as far as body type goes. I think it's going to be something that lasts for a long time. I mean, hey, it's good as long as the defense can still play defense with integrity. As long as you don't take that away, let the game go as fast as it can, because it just turns into some exciting plays for all of us fans.
Yes. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we know Greg Popovich uses a lot of different tools to motivate his players. Sometimes it's the things he doesn't say that works best. Popovich said, sometimes in timeouts, I'll say, I've got nothing for you. We just turned it over 6 times. Everybody's holding the ball. What do you want me to do? Figure it out. And I'll get up and walk away, because it's true. It's on them. Kevin?
Thanks, T.A. That accountability goes a long way. For Houston, they have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. And some big names have called it a career in the last few years. We just saw Kobe retire this past season. Chris, when did you know that it was time for you to make that transition away from the game and officially retire?
I knew a couple of years before I actually admitted it. I battled injuries basically my whole career, from dislocated shoulders to ankle injuries to, of course, everyone knows about the knees. And so for me, I was just trying to play every single moment I could and as many games as I could. So, it's don't really know when I realized it, but it didn't matter, because whenever you realize it, you don't want to let it go.
Yeah.
One thing that Gallinari brings to the table is his ability to line up effectively at either forward spot. Can act as a stretch four, if you will, with his height and still bother other power forwards. Very efficient shooter at the 4 position when he gets minutes there.
Now, here is Gallinari. After the miss from Fresh. Clock at 6. And it's Gallinari again missing.
Ooh, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Here's Fresh. He's got 18. Here's Young. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Greg, talking about the advantage of a guy like Gallinari, other 4s often don't know how to match up with him, especially with his willingness to attack the hoop on the bounce.
Great point. A big part of the bonus you get from Gallinari is just having the flexibility with lineups. I mean, his coach can mix and match how they deploy him depending upon what team they're facing. And he's also improved his rebounding. I mean, to help play more effectively, I believe, at the 4.
Well, the salary cap's skyrocketing this season and next season as well with all the new TV money. Chris, it's sure a good time to be a free agent, isn't it?
Oh, man, I tell you what. I mean, it seems like every decade, the next decade, the players say, man, I wish I was born in that one. But I tell you what, the business of basketball is doing well thanks to the fans and thanks to the hard play and work of these players.
Well said. Here's Fresh. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. Three-pointer, and he's good on the 3-ball. Fresh has got 21 in the game.
Nothing better than a hustle play like that. It gets the whole team amped up, sets the example for everyone.
They set the screen. From outside, off the mark. And it's Houston's ball. They're on a 14-2 run here. Young's shot is off.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Oh, no, you're right. It's selfish on his part to attempt that. Should have passed it back out and tried to get a better look.
Bertle sets the pick for Richardson. It's good from long range. Richardson's got 7 points in the game.
Not really nice there. Poor technique on the screen, but savvy scoring move to save that trip down the floor.
Over to the wing. Here's Fresh. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Spurs trail by 14. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Now, some teams just always happen to have one position that is filled by a great player. For the Rockets, that position is center.
Rockets on offense. They're on a 14-6 run. Down low, here's Young. Up and in from the low block. Young's got 4 points this quarter.
And although the D surrounded Young, it isn't enough sometimes. He's just too talented for those guys down there.
There's Prigioni. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Shot clock at 5. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Here's Fresh. Softly drops in the floater. And now it's a 12-point Houston lead.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Richardson with it, and Young picks him up defensively. From 13, Richardson no luck.
You can tell that's the game plan on defense. They don't want to allow him to take many shots inside.
1:46 left in the third quarter. Fresh, the pass to Young. Tries a 3. Rebound, San Antonio. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
The feed to Prigioni. He dishes it to Gallinari. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the Rockets.
And guys, this is why depth is so important. On a night where Prez and Justice haven't had the usual juice that we are kind of accustomed to, the rest of the team has been carrying them thus far. It is so valuable to have that sort of depth where your top 2 guys can be having an off game, and yet you're still in a great position to win.
Here's Young. Nice finish on the sequence there. Prez getting the ball to Young.
And the 2 working in concert. Great play all around from Orange Juice.
Green, he's checked in for Rodney Hood.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Spurs trail by 15. 59 seconds left in the third quarter. From deep, Gallinari. It's not going to go for him.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Inside, Gallinari with the steal. And Fresh picks up the foul.
Come on now.
That's his
We're
third
better than
foul
that.
of the
Pick
game.
it up, boys.
There's 39 seconds left to play here in the third. Pirtle lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Pirtle's got 6.
Let's see, he has the talent to do more of this. Take command of the offense.
Here's Fresh. Hits it from three-point range. And the Rockets lead by 16.
Oh, he has been an absolute terror this quarter.
19 seconds left in the third quarter. Feeds it to Pirtle. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. 8 points for him.
That's how you stay within the flow of the offense, just taking what the defense gives them.
Green, the screen. Just 3 on the clock.
Yeah, wow. Jumped out of the gym.
Wow, look at how quick he flashes to the rim there for the finish.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Rockets ahead, up by 16. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
But don't stop the aggressiveness. Here we go. You got shots, let them fly.
And that's the thing about Greg Popovich. As long as you're taking good shots, he doesn't want you to hesitate, doesn't want you to stop.
Well, and the offense is designed to create opportunities. So if you pass up the opportunity, you're kind of defeating the whole purpose of the exercise.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Fresh, he's in at the point. Also Young out there. And it's Martinez in at the 4. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Spurs trail by 18. Dishes it to Gallinari. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Fresh has got his 4th rebound in this one.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And Green gets it to go.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Kicks it to Gallinari. And we're seeing more and more coaches, Chris, taking on a dual role as both head coach and director of basketball operations, being their own general manager. About 5 teams with that arrangement. More to come, I think. What do you think?
Well, I think if you're a coach and you prove that you can handle that responsibility, yes. But I don't think it is something for the weary of heart. You take on more responsibility. But I do think, though, it gives you more power as a coach because now you just start sitting guys down or the threat of the bench isn't your only help. Also, the threat of the trade can help and give guys, coaches, that much more power too. So I don't know if we'll see it as much as you think, because it may be a conflict of interest at times there. But I think for the best ones and for the good ones, or for the ones that earn the trust of their teams, you'll see that.
Very good point. The first free throw is good. Houston making a switch here. Marjanovic is checked in. All free throws good from Green. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Here's the screen. And he converts the layup.
I like it. Aggressive. They're pounding it inside. Unwilling to settle for less.
Here's Fresh. There's a screen by Marjanovic. A 3 ball. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
He is really deadly from the perimeter. Even though he didn't make one in the first quarter, you still have to keep an eye on him.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And with digital distribution, so many more fans getting access, Chris, to the NBA than ever before. It's had a big impact on the game, don't you think?
Oh, I love it. For a guy like me that travels all the time and spends probably 50% of my week on an airplane, I tell you what, I love it. I get to watch the games live, and you know, I just, the only thing I'm mad about, Kevin, is that I didn't have this when I was a kid. To be able to see this, you know how many events I had to go to with my mom and miss those Piston games? I wish I would have been able to have a mobile device at that time to watch those games on.
Yes. Six on the shot clock. Young in the corner. That was enough space for Young to convert the deep ball.
And Young can knock those down if you give him the chance.
For San Antonio, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Guarded by Green. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The first free throw is good. And so he makes both from the line. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Here's Fresh. The shot that time, not on target.
He's usually very dependable from that range, but the D got themselves in that play and got him off kilter.
Here's Bates. No good there. The Rockets go the other way with it. Down low. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. You came into the NBA, Chris. You hit the ground running, winning Rookie of the Year. I know it's a different story for every player, but how did you make the adjustment from college ball to NBA-level basketball?
You know what? I love the adjustment. The game was faster. You had to be in better shape, but I had great teammates. My boy Spreewell, Billy Owens, Chris Mullen. You know, I had guys that showed me how to prepare before each game, guys that showed me how to do rehabilitation, how to get in the cold, the hot tub. Really good guys that wanted me to succeed. And so, therefore, you know what? I wouldn't have been as successful if I didn't have those guys around. So, you know, I thank my vets on that team.
Well said. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Collins checked in for the Spurs. And Fresh picks up the foul. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
And guys, at this point, just a side note, they've got this one sewn up. He's probably headed to the bench one way or the other.
Richardson. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
Yo, Steve.
What's going on, Prez? Ernie and the guys in the studio want to talk to you.
All right, let's get it.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you so much, Kevin. And with this one in the books, we're ready to present our Jordan Player of the Game. Fresh.
Hey, it's Kenny here, man. You picked up a lot of assists there tonight. Now, what were you seeing out there that made the defense so ineffective?
Man, I think it was more about the way my teammates executed, really. You know, they found the open spots, ran the offense the way it was drawn up, and all I had to do was get them the ball. Man, I love it when they make it, I love when they make life that easy for me.
Well, they did make it easy for you, but you also made it easy for them, man. Keep up the good work.
All right, I appreciate that.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports.
Nobody else want to say nothing? So, they going to trade you, man?
Who knows, Ice?
They can't trade you guys. You guys are the future of the team. You the Florida Oranges or the Nectarines, whatever, man. Or orange juice. They can't trade you guys.
Ice, chill, bro.
Well, I can't speak my mind in the shop. It's the shop. Why can't I talk about what I want to talk about?
No, relax. We're not focused on that right now.
I mean, you're right, Ice. They're making a mistake, man. Me and Jess are like the Jordan and Pippen 2.0.
Hey, man, look, it's all good. Everybody knows I want to stay here, so I guess it's up to them.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
See what happens.
We want you here. Tell you that much.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, man. I mean, I don't know what it would be like getting a haircut someplace else.
And I can't really afford to lose the business, so.
That's what this is about for you, Ice?
No, it's basketball reasons. It's also business reasons.
That makes sense.
I'm a barber, man. I do this for a living.
Well, if I ever get traded, I'll tell you, I'll come back here just to get my hair cut.
Well, that would be logistically
sounds
stupid
good.
for you.
Then I'll fly you out.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah, fly me out. That makes more sense. Thanks, man.